True love endures over time, through all kinds of life events and at every age.
Aaron Breen shares the story of Valentines who fell in love at first sight and married 47 years later.
Dick and Judy Lovell look like they've always been together. And they have known each other since they were in college.
In 1959, we were both 20, and Judy was working at Zephyr Cove Lodge at Lake Tahoe.
Judy was going to UNR. Dick was going to school in California and just happened to be in Tahoe on vacation when his cousin told him to check out the girl at the Zephyr Cove Lodge.
And sure enough, there was this gorgeous girl, and who looked somewhat like...
We love this story.
She looked like a combination of Natalie Wood and Audrey Hepburn. And I was dazzled, asked her out, and we had a summer romance.
But time and distance took its toll. Judy married Robin Bogich. They had 3 children and a long and happy marriage. Dick also had a family of his own. As Dick was cleaning out his mother's house 47 years after that summer, he came across a box of memories.
The bottom of my college mementos was this picture of Judy at 20 and some letters.
He did some research, and he wrote Judy a letter. Just about the same time that Dick was writing to Judy, Judy was driving through California. She and her sister just happened to have a conversation about whatever happened to Dick Lovell.
About 5 days later is when I got the note from Dick, which was so surprising. And I went to the mail and I looked at the card. I said, I'm going to know what happened to Dick Lovell. I wrote to him and said that I too was a grandmother and I was also a widow and had been a widow for 9 years.
After 6 months of phone calls, they met for lunch. And neither was nervous at all.
I looked at that face and those some beautiful, beautiful eyes that I had remembered at 20. And your turn, Judy.
And when he got out of the car, I thought, oh, I remember him.
While Judy hadn't expected ever to find love again, she did have a list of things to watch for. One was a poet. And guess what?
When we were walking down by the river and sitting together, I said to Dick, well, what are you going to do in your retirement? And he said, well, I thought I'd write some poetry. And I thought, well, then, Long story short, we were married 4 months later. That was our wedding.
Oh, you look beautiful. And they've been married for 14 years. Dick collects, reads, and writes poetry.
Life is delicious. It is afternoon. Apron attired, I stand at the counter.
And Judy's discovered some bonuses.
He's a really good dancer. I didn't know that until we were on our honeymoon. And I thought, wow, a bonus there. And the other one was he cooks.
They have just the right recipe for success and just the right chemistry to continue what started a lifetime ago.
She truly had been my first love, and I carried her in my heart all that time.
They have 8 children, 13 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren between them now. And I'd say they've got one of the best Valentine stories around. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Aaron Breen.